Well, Nang, it's finally time.
Hey Chief, is this one of your buddies?
He's more than a buddy. He's a war ally. With his strength, we could take on anyone. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I present you, Bonecrusher of the Decepti-KHAN army.
Oh. Chief, does he look okay?
Is that what he's supposed to look like? He looks kinda beat up.
I told him not to get damaged on the way here.
He doesn't look like he wants to be played with.
Well, that's too bad. He's going to be played with no matter what. Ning, I leave it up to you. I'm sure you'll find him useful.
Hello everyone, it's Khan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm the fabulous leader of the Decepti-KHAN army. And by the way, have you guys noticed that the camera looks a little different lately? It definitely does. But yeah, so today we are going to be reviewing... I don't know if I don't know if I really want to show this, but you probably might already have saw it in the intro here. Would you like to see what happened to Bonecrusher here? I mean, like, it's close, alright? Like, I mean, it's kind of close. Today we're going to be reviewing Bonecrusher. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh, dear. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I'm worthy of the Masterpiece, guys, because I did the best that I could to transform this guy, and for those that don't know me, I am not the most experienced when it comes to transforming these figures. Again, I'm just a first-year collector, so just the fact that I'm not the most experienced transforming these guys, I mean, he still looks very presentable, right? Like, you can kind of see... I don't think I did his backside correctly. I really don't think I did his backside correctly. But this is not bad, though. This is definitely not a bad attempt. And yes, I did purposely give him that face, because that is exactly how I felt after I got done with him. Like, just ouchie boo-boo. I am so sorry, Bonecrusher, but... you know what? You are the first of the Masterpiece guys we're going to be reviewing, so I suppose we need to have a good starting place. So, pretty much, yeah, this is what he... well, I mean, this is not what he's supposed to fully look like, but it's close. I'd say it's about 90% of the way there. So when you actually take him out of the box, he already starts off in vehicle mode. So you do have to transform him into his robot mode here. And gee, he's huge, I'd say. He's really huge, very heavy, very bulky. Like... look how big he is compared to like my head. Like he's huge, all right? I am now dreading to transform him back. I will try to transform him back. I did took a few shots of what he looks like in his vehicle mode, so please remember what he looks like because it's going to be an abomination. But I'm going to do my best, you guys. I'm going to do my best to try to transform him back into his alt mode. But let's go ahead and see what we can do with Masterpiece Bonecrusher. So let's go ahead and see if we can make him into a superstar. Okay guys, it's time to work on Bonecrusher's articulation, and yes, I am going to keep him in this helmet. I'm going to keep the face as is because it is going to be a running theme throughout this whole video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So his head can rotate around, he can look left, right, up and down. His arms can swing back and forth. His arms can rotate and twist. He can bend his elbows. His hands can rotate, but you cannot bend them. Interestingly, his fingers actually can move, but I think it's like his pinky and his thumb that are articulated, because I think the middle fingers, they just kind of fold over into his palm. He does have waist rotation. His legs can go back and forth. And yes, I did test that he can actually do the splits. It's really interesting that he can actually do the splits. He can do a T-pose. His legs can bend. His legs can rotate. He doesn't have any foot rotation, nor does he have ankle tilt. And lastly, you can also play around with this crane arm on the back here. But be kind of careful because I did pinch myself while trying to move this. But you can actually rotate it and bend it around however you like. And that takes care of his articulation. At least I think that covers most of the basics with him. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this considering that he's not properly transformed, but I'll find a way to, you know, work it in the photo shoot. So let's go ahead and see if I can make Bonecrusher into a superstar. So Bonecrusher comes with an assortment of accessories, starting with his helmet. So by default, he doesn't really have his helmet equipped. You actually have to put it on. It's kind of similar with the Fallen, like he just has like his bare face and then his helmet is a separate accessory, so you do have to attach it to his face. This is actually the actual helmet that you're supposed to put on his face and not the other one. But this is what he's supposed to look like without the damaged eye. He looks pretty cool, I have to say. He does look really, really cool with this mask on. And once you have the mask on, you can still move his head just like this. And as you had saw earlier, I did put on the other mask. And again, it's kind of a running theme throughout this whole video because this guy is a bit of a mess. But this is what the other mask looks like. And basically, it just has the damaged eye. I really love the reference with it, especially since it's meant to be the part where Optimus Prime goes for the killing blow on him. And I love that they really captured that with the busted eye on his face. The next set of accessories that he has are like these flames here. He's got a total of 6 of them, and they basically come in different shapes and sizes. They're pretty flexible, and they're also pretty rubbery, but these are what they look like. As far as I know, I don't think they're interchangeable, as in like you can kind of just put them anywhere, basically. I think they have to be in very specific spots. But this is what it should look like once you have most of the flame effects on. And yes, he does actually have one on his crotch. I don't know why there's one for the crotch, but apparently there is one made for the crotch. In case if you're not sure where to put the flame effects, I just used the back of the box for reference. So basically you can just look at the back of the box to see where you put the flame effects. I did have one flame effect left over. I didn't know where it goes. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go on the arm according to the picture, but I'm not sure where you're supposed to kind of like hook it, I guess. You don't really have to put on the entire flame effects, but this is just sort of like the near complete look of what he looks like once you have all the fire effects on. It's definitely optional to have these if you want, in case if you want to like recreate the scene or create some battle damage on him. So he does look actually really nice with the flame effects. And finally, he has these forks, I guess. They really do look like forks. Like on first glance, they kind of look like silverware, like really big silverware. But these are supposed to be like the fork parts that go on like his crane arm, basically. They're kind of broken into a couple pieces here. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to attach like the fork parts here onto like this rod here. You'll see that there are 2 spots basically on like this stick. I don't know what you call this, but basically like you just put the fork on the stick just like this. They do look like a pair of tongs once you actually put them on. Once you have it attached onto the stick, you can actually put the stick onto like the back end of the crane here. It's kind of really long. I don't know how I was going to be able to get this on camera, but this is what it's supposed to look like once you have it attached. And you can actually open this up. So you can actually have it like clamp down, have it open and close as you need to. And it does actually move around with the crane. So yeah, it's actually really gnarly, I have to say. I really like it. Now, normally I do a weapon testing, but because he's really big and the weapons I have are really small, I don't really see any reason to really give him any weapons. So pretty much we're not going to really worry about the weapon testing. At least I did went on ahead and tested all of his major accessories. So that should be everything that Bonecrusher comes with. Okay, guys, I've been kind of dreading this part. It's the transformation. I'm gonna be really honest, you guys. I really, really want to skip this part so bad because after kind of playing around with him, like just kind of trying to do the transformation. Oh, and by the way, here are the instructions. And yes, it's a really, really big set of instructions. I have like nothing to show for. Like, I hate to kind of say that, but I have really like nothing to show for the transformation. But I still want to show you what my transformation attempt looks like because it's bad, but it's really, really bad. Like I hate to kind of spoil it, but it's gonna be so bad that you're gonna be like, why did you even get this toy? But again, I feel like I'm not worthy of having Bonecrusher, but you know, we all have to kind of start somewhere, and I do want to show you my transformation attempt so far, what I have for this guy. So here comes the monstrosity of Bonecrusher's transformation. It's gonna be an abomination. So, does it look like the picture? Yeah, this is really bad. It is so bad that I'm like, again, I told you guys, I really want to skip this part because I literally have nothing to show for it, but I guess you could say it's kind of a work in progress, but because I didn't really properly transform him, like, especially on the backside, it was really confusing of like figuring out like what I might have overlooked or missed when I was like transforming him. So one of the big problems I have with like Bonecrusher's transformation is that everything looks kind of the same. Like, there's just so much beige that it's like, I don't even know like where most of these things are supposed to go. And because of that, I get a little bit kind of worried that I might end up putting things in the wrong spot, or that some of like the panels and hinges are in the wrong spot. And I did the best I could to follow along with, I was watching MGo's video on how to put him back, but, like pretty much I have to say that Bonecrusher's transformation, like I'd say his transformation, I am definitely not skilled to do his transformation. There's definitely a very clear skill gap for this one. Yeah, he was not really easy to transform. At least like I can get him to robot mode, and that's perfectly fine, because I don't think I'm ever gonna really touch his transformation. But I do want to try to redeem myself at some point though. So if you guys are interested to really see me like transform this guy later in the future, make sure to subscribe, because I would really love to redeem myself on Bonecrusher's transformation, but yeah, this is definitely not it. This is definitely not it. So thankfully I was able to record what he's supposed to look like. So this is what he's supposed to look like. And I love like all the little details. Like I love that the tires say Megatron on there with the Decepti-KHAN insignia. And also that he has the Bonecrusher, like the Bonecrusher art on the sides. Like I said, I really love the details on this. It's just a little bit unfortunate that I couldn't transform him back. Again, it's a work in progress, but I don't think I'm not skilled enough to transform him. So I'll see what I can do in the future if I can redeem myself on his transformation. But so yeah, this kind of concludes my transformation attempt on Bonecrusher. Oh, he just looks miserable. He just looks absolutely miserable. I mean, like, the fact that, like, I had a very not so fun experience handling with this toy. Oh, yeah. That transformation was very rough. I want to say it's more like our first official transformer that we couldn't fully transform. Because, again, I just don't have the skill level to be able to do it. Like, there's no salvaging his transformation. I mean, he already kind of looks like a zombie already. Like, there's just no way I'm salvaging this. I'll see if I can try to transform him in the future once I pick up a little bit more experience. I just don't have the skill level to handle the Masterpiece guys. Even, like, with this guy, he's already going to be, like, a taste of to come of, like, how difficult the Masterpiece guys are. Which, by the way, I still have 3 more Masterpiece guys I have to review. And he's the first one on the chopping block. So, excluding Blackout, I still have 3 more Masterpiece guys I still gotta tackle. So, really kind of letting you guys know that we're already not off to a good start reviewing this guy. But, I mean, he's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like, he is movie screen accurate. Like, I love how accurate he is. And I love that his accessories he has, like with the damaged helmet and the flame effects, are pretty accurate to the film itself. The only other thing I want to kind of comment on is that he's kind of heavy. And I mean, like, sure, I'm holding him with one hand, but like when I was like recording him for like the articulation and stuff, like he was kind of a bit of a workout to hold on to a lot. And not to kind of mention that, like, because I didn't fully properly transform him, his backpack just keeps like flopping over. So I have to like really grip him. And so he's definitely very sturdy, but very heavy. And so it is kind of a bit of a juggling act to really like hold him properly and being able to like move all the things on him a little bit. He is a big boy and he's definitely very heavy. I think just the fact that I'm still very inexperienced in transforming these guys, I think it's pretty clear that these guys might be a little bit out of my league. But at least I'm glad that he's still presentable in robot mode. So it's not a complete fail, at least like he is in robot mode. So that's still a win in my book. Do I recommend Bonecrusher? I mean, I hate to say that the reason why I'm not going to recommend him is because I'm very inexperienced when handling these guys. You know, if you love this character, if you're a diehard fan of the movies, you know, I would still give him a chance, but just kind of a fair warning that he starts off in his alt mode. So if you're very new to Transformers, or if you're very new to transforming, he's not a really easy one, all right? He's not really easy to transform. At least, like, getting him into robot mode is one thing, but then reverting back to his vehicle mode is another. It's very, very difficult. So if you really want to get him, I would recommend keeping him in his vehicle mode. And then if you feel like you're ready, then, you know, go ahead and tackle him. But don't say I didn't warn you how difficult he is, because, you know, again, as you saw, I was not able to properly transform him in, you know, in both the robot mode and his alt mode. So you know, he's definitely a major challenge, but, you know, knock yourself out if you really want to get him. I mean, if the price point doesn't scare you, I'm pretty sure his transformation will scare you. So yeah, to kind of conclude, do I recommend him? My recommendation is not really, unless you really love this character, or you love the movies, or if you really want a major challenge, or if you just got to collect them all, right? If you got to collect them all, definitely get him, but I highly suggest that you definitely get some experience transforming, because he's definitely not very beginner friendly for transforming. Alright guys, that wraps up my review on Masterpiece Bonecrusher. So I'm going to have Bonecrusher wave goodbye here. If you guys like this review, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I shall see you guys on the next review. So have a good night, you guys.